Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning. We got the young lady who is the brainchild. Got the young lady who is the brainchild of Black Friday. She's on the line with us right now. Um, there we go. I had to hit another button to get everything, make sure everything was right. Tawanda, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, morning, good morning. Excellent. How are
Good.
you?
I am doing well, doing well. Just wanted to kick this thing off. This is Black Friday, so I want everybody to know that you can definitely call in. Give us a call, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Would love to have you to call in and talk about everything. We talk business today. We talk about business today. So anything containing to business, we love to have you. We love to have you in the number with us. So give us a call. Don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. Give us a call, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Now let's talk about this business. Let's talk about business first before we get there. To wonder, why do we do this Black Friday thing? Why do we do this? We've been doing this thing for a minute. Why do we do this Black Friday? Because I'm gonna tell you something. I absolutely love it. So, but why do we do it?
Mm. I know you would expected me to say the same thing I say every week,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say that. Listen, I love everything about business. I love everything about networking and promo. And we found out that um, how long the Black Dollar stays within the Black community. One of the benefits that we found is that it was a lack the of their ability to promote to outside consumers, to outside individuals. So we figured that if we take away one aspect of the issue, then they would have more business, and we were just able to provide them a service for free and not charge them anything,
Mm-hmm.
which is amazing. Um, I don't know. Is this something about the power of networking amongst people that are like it was that's amazing. It's just a whole nother atmosphere and energy that's incredible. I've been doing so much networking since I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It slowed down a little bit because of this whole COVID, but I'm telling you, it's some amazing, 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 amazing things that's happening. It's some amazing people that I've teamed up with. It's just a lot of brilliance that you don't even know, and the only way that you really know is if you really get out here and meet people and network and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's a part of it. People don't realize, man. They think business is just go and get you a brick and mortar or online business, something like that, set it there and just let it work for itself. You have to get out there. You have to do some work, man. You got to get out there and you got to market it. You got to meet the people. You got to shake some hands and kiss some babies and do all these things to make sure that your business stayed on top, man. And advertising, people don't understand about advertising. Man, advertising is very important as well because, and I tell people this right here all the time. Why do you think companies like Pepsi and Coca-Cola and major company McDonald's, why do you think they advertise? Not that necessarily that they have to, excuse me, not necessarily that they have to. It's just that they want to keep a leg up. They want to make sure that they stay relevant and stay in your face. So when you want to get a burger, you want to think of McDonald's. When you think of a drink, a soft drink or whatever, you want to think about a Pepsi or Coca-Cola or someone like that because and that's what they want to do to keep themselves in your face. So to wonder why is that so
Mm-hmm.
important?
It's highly critical. It's even critical for um, it's even critical for a big company like McDonald's or something like that. I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
have a different type of budget, so they're able to mass market. And we talk about that on previous shows. And that's that's what we're taught. But like I said, it's something that we need to really unlearn because we can't afford to mass market. But it's highly critical. I tell people every day when people ask me, "Oh, how do you get big numbers and how do you get people to trend and how do you do all that?" It's every
Mm-hmm.
day, posting about it every day. That you gotta make sure that it's fresh in their mind every day until it click on. It's almost like it's almost like embedding it in their brain every day to make sure that they it stays on the topic the topic that you need it to be.
Mm-hmm.
That you're putting products out there, that you're letting people know who you are, because at the end of the day, what we think is we think that once we start something, we think that they know who we are, and that's our biggest mistake. No one knows who you are and what you do. You have to you have a whole lot of um you have a whole lot of of of, of cold traffic that you need to get on. You need these people to know exactly who you are and what you do. You don't necessarily have to try to sell at that point. But you need to let them know, like, hey, I am a business and I do exist. This is the product and services I I do, and you need to be consistent. A lot of people are not consistent. So when they say like I'm not making any sales and I'm not doing this and that, like what are you doing? Are you posting every day?
Mm-hmm.
Are you are you a benefit? Because it's a balance. Nobody wants you to sound salesy all the time. They want to know that you have the ability to fill a service that they need, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, exactly. And see, and that's the thing right there because I want people to get out of the idea, get out of the mindset of just starting the business and sitting there and open it up, open the doors, and they're gonna come. It's not always that way. It's not all that ways that way. And really, honestly speaking, that's why a lot of businesses don't make it because they don't want to do the things that they have to do in order to pull the people in, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Christy, good morning, Christy. How you doing this morning? Christy, unmute your line. Christy, unmute your line. Chris, can you hear me? There you go. There you go.
I can barely hear you guys.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can
Yes.
you hear me? Uh
Yes. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. It's a little bit low on my end, but it was like that the other day, and but it came across on the broadcast loud, so I think we'll be good. Chris, we're talking about this is Black Friday, and we're talking about business. We're talking about business and how important it is to advertise. I spoke about businesses like Coca Cola, Pepsi, McDonald's. Because they're making millions of dollars, but they continually still advertise. And all these new businesses that come along, they can't seem to get the budget together or think advertising is important. Why do you think people don't want to advertise? And why do you think these big mega companies continue to advertise?
Oh, advertisement is key. That's why those major companies pay so much money for a marketing firm. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't market your company, nobody's going to know. I mean, the word of mouth thing used to work back in the day because word of mouth is still used. But the best thing is to advertise. If you see a commercial or you're looking at TV and they pop a commercial like, oh, I'm gonna go try that. Um, and if you and psychology is in it as well
Mm-hmm.
because it plays on the mind. It plays on the human characteristics of us to get us to go by.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, when they renaming a car, they use Z's and E's because it's easy on the ears, and it makes it something that you want to buy for a male. And with females, they often use comfort and more room in the vehicle, and different things that they use to get you to market to a certain race,
Mm-hmm.
age. If you look at the commercials for cigarettes, a lot of time those commercials are geared towards teenagers because they are the ones that are smoking. um, so anything that you look at in advertisement, they have a focus point or a focus group that they're trying to focus on. Um, and that's the same thing with clothes. Um, I know it was said at one point in time that Tommy Hilfiger said he didn't make his clothes for African
Mm-hmm.
American men, but
You
the
can't.
commercials and different things was geared to that demographic. So
No, I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear anybody. Okay.
Okay.
so um so advertisement is key.
Okay.
Advertisement is the most important thing for a business, because if you don't have a marketing plan, if you don't have an advertisement plan, or you don't have a focus group that you're horning in on, then it will fail. And it's no speaking it into existence going to work. Is nothing. You're going to have to build your business model and include that marketing plan.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Christy saying she can't. Tawanda is saying she can't hear what you're saying, Christy. She's saying she can't hear, having some issues with this particular line. And we have
Let me go out and come back in.
okay. Anna, Anna. Hold on. Why am I solo? There I go. I wonder why was I solo. Good. Okay. Unmute your line, Anna.
Good morning. I'm having problems listening as well.
Oh, you can't hear. You can't hear.
It comes in and out.
It may be
I
something.
can hear you, but Christy was coming in and out. And when good morning, Tawanda, when Tawanda tried to say something, it came in and out. So I'm
Okay.
not sure.
And yours is
Just
a little
letting you
low as
know.
well.
No.
I'm trying to figure out now. Tawana, can you hear everybody?
I have the volume all the way up.
Anybody besides you.
Can you hear me?
But me?
Yeah, this you.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear her? Anna, can you hear her? Okay. This volume thing, and like I said, that's why I was going to the studio, because I'm trying to do it from the house again, but we having some issues with the system at the house. It's not working for me. I had some issues with it. I think Tuesday. And
You got me some crackers?
Wednesday, Thursday.
How many crackers?
And I said I'll try it again this week.
Yes, I need 2 crackers and 2 goldfish. Don't be feeding me. You know, I eat good.
Man, go on right. Now, Anna, can you hear me? Evidently. Anna, can you hear me?
I can't hear Anna.
I can't hear nothing Anna's saying. Okay, now hold on. Now hold on. Let me figure
She
this
said
out.
she's gonna go back out and come back in.
Let me see. I'm gonna leave the studio myself and come.
I feel so lonely now.
Christy, say something for me. Christy, can you hear me?
I barely can still. I can hear you a little.
Barely. Can you hear me? Is it any better now?
I can hear you.
Huh?
A little bit.
It's a lot better now.
Oh, I can hear Anna. Good.
Okay. Tawanda, say something.
Hello.
Can y'all hear Tawanda?
I can hear her.
I can.
Okay, y'all can hear her. Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go with that. Let's go.
I mean, they can hear me. I just can't hear them. So I'm not ignoring anybody. I just can't hear nothing.
Okay. Tawanda can't hear y'all. She can't hear nothing y'all are saying. I'm trying to figure out how I could rectify the situation. Let me see here.
Do you want me to just call in, Raheen? I can call in.
Okay. Let me see. Do this right here. This is what we're gonna do to rectify this situation. Y'all stay on the video feed. Call in from another line and mute and stay on muted on the video feed. So call in from another line.
Let me see.
Let me do this right here. This how we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna figure this thing out, one. We ain't gonna let it beat us now. So y'all, once y'all call in, let me see. I'll pull y'all into the line, and that way we'll be good to go. I have Anna. Anna, you there? Anna, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Tawana, can you
Okay, I can hear her.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
can hear her.
Good deal. Now, Christy, call in as well. Get Christy to call in real quickly, and then that way we'll keep this thing going. Okay.
Righty.
Let me see here. Anna, what's on your heart about the brick and mortar building? While we get Christy tied in here, what's on your heart about the brick and mortar building and the folks that don't want to? Christy, I'm going to call you right back right now. 318. Anna, can you hear me? Anna, Anna, now I can't hear you. You talking into your phone?
I'm muted.
Oh, Lord, my Jesus.
That's a habit. Even while I'm streaming on air, I just always mute. So what are you talking about? The advertising?
Yes.
Did I understand that correctly?
Yes. People, a lot of time, a lot of businesses don't think they have to advertise when you got the major companies that advertise all the time. Go ahead. What you say is what?
Exactly why they're advertising all the time, because it's essential. You have to advertise. I can give you guys an example. So I tried it out on my lunchtime with Anna. I had some plans with my lunchtime with Anna brand in the future, in the near future, and I paid to advertise on Facebook. And the difference was overwhelming. I mean, you got way more likes, you got way more interactions within the page. So, that's just social media. I do it from time to time on Instagram. So I think that it is very essential because people see who you are and what you're about and what your brand is about. So I do believe that it's very essential.
Absolutely.
That was your question, right?
Yes, that's good. That's good. I'm trying to get there we go. I think we have Christy. Christy, you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, good deal. Good. They're trying to get everything. And somebody said on the line that they can't hear, so we're trying to work our way through that right now. Okay, but Christy, tell me what you say about the brick and mortar.
What I was saying was that it's very important in advertising because everyone uses advertisement to focus on a specific group of people, certain age. So each company that's successful, they use a marketing company to help boost their business. So every business plan, in my opinion, needs to allow for a marketing plan. Because if you look at when new cars come out, they put S and Z's and C's in there because they say it's easy to the ear. Your human body loves to hear those C's and Z's. It sounds enticing. If you go back into clothing, Tommy Hilfiger said that he didn't make his clothes for African American people, but his advertisement was towards that of elite people. So if you look at the way a company advertises, it'll tell you who they're focusing on. With cigarettes, if you look at the commercials or you look at their marketing plan, it's for younger people. Even though it's illegal for anyone under the age of 18 or 21 to smoke, they're still gearing their advertisement towards those young people. So the advertisement is important because whoever you want to target, whatever your demographic is, that's what's going to show in your marketing. And if you don't have a marketing plan, your business is not going to succeed. Now, back when we were younger, word of mouth worked. Because that means your word meant something. If you say this product was good, hey, it was everything. But now we want to hear from the stars. We want to hear what they're using. We want to be like them. And there's many types of advertisement they use. The bandwagon, all kinds. So marketing is important.
Absolutely. I'm trying. We getting some feedback from somebody's line. We getting some feedback. So if we're not talking mutual phone lines, if we're not talking that way, we don't get that feedback. I think, or somebody have it on speaker. If somebody have it on speaker, certainly take it off speaker because we can't have it on speaker because we'll certainly get that feedback. Want to make sure that we got the best quality going forward. Tawanda, if that be the case, and I'm gonna tell you something from a personal standpoint. My mother. I'm gonna talk about my mom for a minute. I know she's listening. Mama, please forgive me. But she had a real good soul food restaurant in Columbia, South Carolina, and I was real good with the radio and the television stations that's there. And I told her, I said, Mama, and she was right there close to Fort Jackson, and so she had a lot of that. The soldiers will come through. But I told her, I said, Mama, you gotta continue, you gotta advertise and let more people know that you're here, because you can't depend on that, because those soldiers are only here for a certain amount of time. Then they have to go somewhere else. So if they go somewhere else and they keep moving and transferring like soldiers do in the military life, then you're gonna lose a big part of your clientele. I don't need advertisers going real good right now. I said, Mom, listen, just you know, let's get together, let's advertise. I call my people over at the radio station, and they'll give us a good deal because they know me. They'll give us a real good deal. She didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it, and needless to say, because she didn't, it hurt her business a lot. And so that's why, Tawanda, it's real important. People ride by, and if they don't know you're there, they can't stop because they don't know you're there. They're going what they on their way to. But if they know that you're there, they're more apt to, okay, hold on, there's this place over here. Let me go over there for a second and just see what they got going on. What do you say to that, Tawanda?
Oh, I agree 100%. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I agree 100%. I mean, like I said, businesses make that mistake. They make the mistake of thinking that people know who they are. Like I said, every day you should be posting and creating content and for your targeted market, specifically Black entrepreneurs. Like I said, we don't have a budget to mass market, so we need to unlearn what we learned about everything about marketing, and we need to target market. Meaning we need to know specifically the demographic of people that we want to target, who they are, what they look like, where do they shop, where do they eat, what TV stations are they watching, where do they do their shopping. Everything you need to be low key obsessed with who your demographic of people are. Is critical for our business because we don't have the luxury of affording a large marketing budget. Like I said, things like you mentioned McDonald's earlier, other people that can mass market would be like Amazon and the Walmart. They spend upwards to millions of dollars in advertisements. We can't do that. We don't have that same type of funding. So we need to be selective on who we market to. Highly critical. You need to know everything about them. And like I said, we can learn. Part of the problem with why people don't like online is because they are still making the customer come to them. You have to make it as easy as possible for these customers. You need to be where they at. You need to meet them where they are. You need to make the process as easy as possible. You should make it so easy that other readers could be able to understand. I think that we overthink it as too complex of the situation. It's really not. It's really simple. It's just put your stuff out there, who you are, and let your products and everything speak for themselves. If you do, for instance, if you do healthcare or if you do skincare, then you should be building content every day. You should be creating videos of maybe you want to create like what products you use or how would you go about creating it, or you might want to get some content of you actually doing a facial or doing some type of healthcare on someone. If they allow you to do it. So it's always different things that we could do to make sure that you stay relevant out there. That's the game.
Exactly. Good morning, Kurt. How you doing this morning?
Hey, morning, brother. How you?
Can y'all hear Kurt?
How y'all?
No.
Can y'all hear? Hey, Kurt.
No.
You can't hear?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Oh.
Hey, Kurt.
No, Kurt, that we said hi to you like 10 times, all of us, and you kept looking every way but at the camera.
Call in.
Oh, my bad.
On the video feed, Kurt. Stay on the video feed and call in from a phone line too. That way we'll make sure that we have your volume. So stay on the video. Mute this one right here, and call in from the phone line. Can you do that? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Now, Christy, what's on your heart right now? Chris, let me ask you this question. Why is it in our community, why is it that a lot of us go into a business trying to make it like everybody else's business? Why do we always want to hook up?
I ain't gonna say everybody always wants to hook up, but what I am gonna say is we have a lot of us that if we in business, people want to come in and get something for free.
Mm-hmm. Why am I getting a feedback?
Or they want to do.
I'm getting a real bad. Does anybody have it on speaker? Does anybody have it on speaker? Because I'm getting a real bad feedback here. Can you hear that feedback, Anna? Yeah, I'm getting a real bad feedback.
Would you? How about now?
I'm not getting it now, but I don't know if everybody can hear you.
How about now?
I can hear her, but she's coming in and out. Maybe we need to reset everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking on the phone.
Okay. Okay, take it off speaker and talk directly into the phone again. Let me see something.
It's not on speaker.
Okay. That's weird.
Speaker.
It sounds better when she's not on speaker.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is so weird right here. It just nowhere just started doing this.
That's all. We just gonna find that demon and keep on going.
There you go. Come on. Go ahead, Christy.
That's all. That's just a devil's bad because we're reaching so many people. Make sure you call in 678-381-1973. Support.
Go ahead, girl.
I love that girl. I love her.
$sign DKM Media Group so we get our equipment working right.
There you go. And see, and it's this computer right here because, like I said, the last few days at the studio, we didn't have any issue at all, and that's why I got to get back into that studio. So Monday morning we'll be right back in that studio, and that's where we're gonna be going from the studio. We don't have these issues, Today I say I broadcast from the house, and normally we don't have these issues at the house, but Tuesday night for Real Men Being Men, for some reason something just happened, and we got this issue. But like I said, I know the solution to this. Get back in the studio. I got to get my behind up and drive across town, go to the studio.
Just throw some anointing oil on there. Just put some anointing oil on there.
There you go. Yeah. In the name of there you go. That's what we gotta. Hey, sometimes we gotta do it. But there's a lot of things. A lot of time in our community, we go into a business, and for whatever reason, go to Walmart. We don't negotiate no prices at Walmart. We don't negotiate no prices when we go into the other stores. But when we go into the store, find it's a black-owned store. Now we want to hook up. Christy, that's just not good, and it's not good for the community. They say a dollar only stays in our neighborhood X amount of time anyway. In the black and brown community, the money only stays in our neighborhood X amount of time. In other communities, it circulate for maybe a week or a couple or whatever it is. But 6 hours, I think, is what they say, is stay in our neighborhoods. So why?
And it's like that, because I know a lady here. She opened up a hair shop. She went to start selling hair. Us women, we got to buy our wigs, and different things. So she opened up a shop.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy who is of a different race, already had a hair shop.
Mm-hmm.
And in my small town, it's not that many. Mm-hmm. So we as a people will go in there, pay whatever price he stated, would not complain. It was the only hair store.
Mm-hmm.
So now she opened up hers. Now all the people I know complaining. Her price is too high.
Mm.
Who does she think she is?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You weren't complaining when you was buying it from Eddie Monster.
This Eddie Monster?
That's what I call him, Eddie Monster.
Okay.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
That's me trying to call Kirk back.
Like Eddie Monster for real, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But when we go into that, there was no complaining. You didn't want no deal. You went in there, after stuff, walked out.
Mm-hmm.
But when we, an African American person, have a deal, we think we gotta have a hookup.
Yeah.
And that's wrong.
Absolutely wrong. Kurt, what do you say to that, man? We always think we gotta have that hookup, man. Why do we want to go into our business, people that look like us, and think automatically we got to get that hookup? We got to get that hookup. Why, Kurt?
Man, I don't know, man. Sometimes I think that take out the fact that they hounded and mistreated for so long that they just automatically assume when they come to us they gonna get that.
Wow. We get a real bad feedback here. Let me see. 302. Let me see. And Tawanda, what's on your heart? Why do you think that is?
It's just, you know, like I said, my price is my price, and that's my price. I think that we do have those people. I don't focus on those people. Those are normally probably people that you know. I try to stay away from the people that I know and try to network with strangers. I think the problem is, you know, if you're cheap, you want to be cheap, you pay for what you get. So a lot of support and a lot of business comes from people that you don't even know. I think a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I see all the time on Facebook and other platforms, oh, I have this business and my friends and family don't support me. They're not probably going to be the ones that support. The support is going to come from strangers that you don't even know because they need your product and service. You know, and that's what we have to get in the mentality of you might not, your friends and family might not support you. We need to be pre-qualifying clients because it doesn't matter whatever your price is. If it's a service that they need, they're going to pay for it. They're going to figure out a way to pay for it. So I don't know. I don't have. I try to stay away from low budget conversations anymore. You know, and you can pretty much tell the people. Unfortunately, they're pretty obvious of who just is wasting your time. Like, you know, it is what it is. I tell people all the time, my price is my price. I mean, you go to someone, whoever you want to go to, and hopefully you get the quality, because it's about quality. It's not about it's not about the price. So, you know, you just have to change on who you try to attract. Now, if you I'm straight up like this, and this is my price before I, you know, unless I know the person before I start doing the work. Okay, so it's not nothing hidden. It's not going to be any surprises. It is what it is.
Exactly. And
a lot of people are scared to be like, this is what I charge for whatever reason, because they feel like, oh, my price is going to be too high for them, so let me lowball myself. No, your price is your price, and if they can't afford your price, then that's not the demographic of the person that you want to associate with. That's why I say it's so important to know these people, the demographics, the social graphics, everything. Like I said, Google has made it so easy. Like you can know who you're talking to before you talk to them. Like you can literally go in there and see what if this person was shopping for. I can tell you how much. If they're married, I can tell you if they're a man or a woman. I can tell you how much they made in a year. You know everything going in, so you know who is an ideal customer and who's not.
Exactly. Now we have another caller. We have a caller from I think it's 302 area code. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Greetings, good people. My name is John Carr, and I'm a vocalist / entertainer. I'm a friend of Tawanda Graves.
Good morning.
I'm a resident. I live in Wilmington, but I'm from Pennsylvania, Chester, Pennsylvania. So I just wanted to add to what I heard you guys talking about. We also have to remember the concentrated effort on our communities to keep the devalue, to keep us devaluing each other to come and get the homie hookup. You know,
Come on.
As long as we re-educate and redirect, it's a constant neutralizing and counteracting them negative frequencies that the government and those forces who aid the government to keep us devalued. I think that's what creates the mentality to come in, because it wasn't always like that. When you go back generations, you know, we had a system in place where we supported each other. You know, it was great, but you know, we have to restore that value and reset the precedent that you can't do this here.
Test,
And
test,
once we do
test,
that,
test.
it'll be a domino effect. The re-education. So
absolutely. And Tawana, I see you giving a thumbs up. What's on your heart right now? I mean, I'm sorry, Christy. Christy.
Oh, that was to Kurt because he was testing out the system. Hold on.
Okay, got you. Okay, good deal.
Thanks,
What do you think?
I'm sorry. I have to mute the, I took it the wrong speaker. It's so true. And you know, one thing I can remember in a business model, you can plan for those people that want a good deal. That's called coupons or a 10% discount. And one of the great stores that I thought had the great idea was the Dollar Tree. Have you ever went into a Dollar Tree and only spent $1?
Never.
Every time I go, I spend $100 or more. Because I'm like, oh, this only $1.
I don't spend that much.
I throw it in my bag.
I don't spend that much. I don't spend $100.
I mean, it's just.
Look here. My wife
That's
might.
where I'll go. And just like Walmart, the plan is to get you in there. And once you're in there, you go to, I don't care if you're just going there for a soda, some pantyhose, t-shirts, you going to walk out of there with a million things that you ain't even playing on.
I'm going to Chris for no pantyhose.
I hope not.
I don't want to buy no pantyhose. You got to do your mouth to the side. You know, no pantyhose. I don't do that now. Kurt, what's going on, brother?
So
go ahead, Chris.
The people that want discounts, you just have to market for them.
Exactly. Because I'm gonna tell you something. They coming. Kurt, what's on your heart, brother?
Oh, not much, man. Just trying to get myself ready for tomorrow, man. Shooting my oldest boy first music video. You know, just trying to get ready for that. And just trying to get that.
Kurt, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You worry too much, man. It's gonna be a great video. You're gonna do a great job, man, and everybody's gonna definitely appreciate it. Shoot me something, man. Shoot me get it done. Shoot me something.
What you mean, like shoot you a copy of the video?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Now, Kurt, you know they're having a hard time hearing you because you ain't on the phone line. They're having a hard time hearing you, brother. I'm gonna call you back.
It's probably because. Can you hear me now?
Huh?
What about now?
No.
You gotta get on the phone. You gotta stay on here, but still get on the phone too. I'm gonna call you back.
All right.
Okay. Tawana, while I get Kurt back on the line, tell us what's on your heart behind it. And I want to go back to John because John got some fire in him this morning.
Yeah, he lightly went over what he did. I don't think that he did a good enough intro. Okay, so let me tell you how I met him through a mutual friend, and you know, let me tell you something. The energy is amazing. He has the Believe in You campaign, which he is pushing right now, and it's amazing. We had an event. You know, it was a little limited because of the restrictions we have with the whole COVID-19, but it was just a room full of excellence, Black excellence, of everybody and everything they do and what they contribute, and just he has this message of always to believe in yourself no matter what you do. and he has a lot of networking within one of the people there was the what was that again? I forgot. The
Which one? We had a group of the event was strategically for a group of core women that would be the brain that I'm building, and we're gonna attach a body to it. My target market is always the women. No offense, brothers, but if you want to get something done, you gotta roll with the women.
That's who spend the money. That's who spend the money.
Yes. They have the money. They have the power. They make the decision. And let's be true. I done been in growing up in Chester, Pennsylvania. I done been in a lot of meetings, I guess you can say, where the men of different organizations want to continue to suppress the women with that mentality. We men got to do it. And my thing is, if we men have to do it, if it was just about us, it would have been done. So let's loosen that other hand, which represents the woman in this fight that we're fighting, and stop trying to put shackles on her brain, because we need her superior thinking. So the event I did was just it was strictly for the core group of women. You could say they were the staff, women that I've been working with, and those like Tawanda who I'm now working with, to show them what my focus is and what the topic is. And for me, my focus has always been the inner cities, our communities, my communities. But the message, the topic at hand is believe in you. And that is so prevalent, because for decades and decades, we've been taught to believe in everything but ourselves. You know, and that's where the devaluing comes in. There's no there's a lack of self-identity and self-love. So what else would we expect to happen in our communities when one opens a business and, you know, we look for the support of people who look like us? They're going to come in. So not all, but however it fits, can I get a discount? You know, it's how they see themselves. You know, we have to see ourselves, when we look at each other, we have to see ourselves as one. You know, it has to be the mirror, and what can I fix?
Okay, John, how do we get past the elephant in the room, and that is the obvious divide that has been in our community for a long time?
Find what we have in common again, because when I hear community, I hear common unity. There's no common unity. There's no common unity. What do we all have in common that we can build on? I grew up where religion was part of the problem, because in a small community like Chester, I'm not going to work with you because you Muslim. I'm not going to work with you because you Christian. I'm not going to work with you because you this. And it's like, we have the same problem. We all face the same situation. No matter what class a person classifies them in, you still live in the community. So, you know, once we can really find what we have in common, and for me, it's that message. Like Tawanda said, it's that campaign, believe in you. You try everything else and look where you are. Believe in you. And then I express what that is. Believing in you is loving, which is needing, respecting, caring for oneself, peers, and others. It's also knowing that our first and last love is self-love. Can't do nothing without your health. So that believing in you transitions to that believing you health and fitness. So we just have to strategize. Every business in our community shouldn't be. We have a tendency to think we're supposed to support everything that Black folks do. I mean, ideally, I would love to support everything, but if it's not what I need, why should I support it? I think when people open up their businesses, they need to be more strategic in how it helps or affects the community. Because as I heard someone else, we let everybody else come in the community, set up shop, and don't even ask questions. We give them the green pass, and that's again devaluing, lack of self-identity, self-love. So when we can restore that, it's not hard. It's just, you know, you can't focus on saving everybody. If you get one and you constantly, repetitiously building and doing things, it'll be a domino effect. Nobody wants to be isolated. So if you got a group of people over here, and those, you know, over this side, you know, they'll start wondering, why am I over here? Why am I not over there with everybody else?
Okay, that's good, John. Let me do this here. Kurt, let me go to Kurt for a minute. Kurt, and one of the issues that we have in our community is a lack of trust for each other. How do we get past that? That's a hurdle. That's a huge hurdle that's there. How do we get past the lack of trust in our community, whereas we don't trust each other?
You know, that is so true. You ever heard of the miseducation of the Negro?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's called a G, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to sacrifice and reverse that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just what it is. Like, the curriculums, even down to the elementary level, need to be changed.
Mm-hmm. Now you said a curriculum. You said a curriculum, and that would include what our children are being taught as children in elementary school and moving forward.
Absolutely. Because what's happening is you nobody, most people I talk to don't actually
We were pushing forward with it, but
what happens is you're creating a segment in society that does not truthfully know, one, who they are, two, whom they belong to, and three, their particular culture's input into the society. So it's like everybody is just doing what they got to do just to survive.
Mm-hmm.
They don't feel like they playing a part in the American. They don't feel like they played a part in the American system. So although our system is wrong, we gonna create whatever we need to create to survive. Man,
it's a lot.
This thing a lot deeper than it's a lot deeper than like what's on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
But I'm gonna say this to you, Kurt. I'm gonna say, and it is. It's very deep. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm one that really believe that we can get there. I really believe that it's gonna take some work, and it's gonna take a collective effort on everybody's part. Everybody's part. But I'm not. Maybe I'm just crazy. But I'm crazy enough to believe that we as a people, we ain't the black and brown community, we can get there. We can get there.
Oh,
but it's gonna take a collective. Yeah, it's gonna take a collective effort, man. We all got to pull in the same direction. We can't play tug of war with 10 different ropes. We gotta get on one end. All of us gotta get on one end of that rope and pull with everything we got. We gotta give it all. We gotta give it our all. And
well,
pull.
I'm glad you said that, because what's the gentleman's name that's on the phone
John.
with us right now?
John.
Well, John just said something that really told you exactly where it should start. Because he spoke about the common unity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Community, right? If you historically look at America's past, present, and you could probably actually see the future. Mm-hmm. Every single great whisk of change,
mm-hmm.
it always starts in the pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay real good close attention, the pastors in the pulpits, I don't care what denomination you are, the pastors in the pulpit started recognizing the change and say, you know what? No, we got to go in that direction. That's the best direction for us to go in. Mm-hmm. That is what's right by God. That is what's right by man. That's what aligns man up in perfect harmony with God. So we got to go in that direction. I don't care what denomination you was, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu. But what happened was those religious leaders started to get together. and say, okay, no, we gotta go in a different direction. That
But
is
Kurt,
right.
but and you're right in what you're saying. I want to pull some more people into the conversation. But Christy, my thing is this right here. There's a definition for pulpit. There's an absolute definition for pulpit, and what it is you're supposed to pull the people out of the pit that they're in. A lot of people don't know that is you have to pull them out of the pit that they're in. And what? How do you pull somebody out of the pit that they're in if you're in a pit yourself?
Exactly. You know, we have so many people pretending, and you have so many people with their own motives.
Okay, Krista, we lost your volume. We lost your volume.
Well, see, that's why I say, me personally, trust is earned.
Can you hear me now?
We're quick to trust everybody. We are gentle, trusting people with each other and other races. And that's part of our problem. We trust everybody without making them work. Trust is earned. I don't want you to just trust me. Let me earn that trust. I'm literally
Nadia.
Trust me. Once you just trust me, I don't know you to trust you. And we have no work ethic together. So where does the trial and error come in? I'm supposed to just trust you because we look the same? We have to stop that. We have to make each other more accountable, but it starts with making ourselves accountable. And we got to get out of trying to be accepted by everybody, offend some people. That's how you're going to start pushing those who don't need to be in your face away, offend them in love. You know what I'm saying? Tell the truth, stand on the facts. Once we hold those principles, once we express them ourselves, everything is going to be easy. It's going to be very easy. But I tell everybody I work with, don't trust me. Let me earn that trust because it's been so saturated. Trust me. And there goes the disfriending, the unloyalty. Let me earn that. And there's no time frame on when that's earned.
I'm gonna tell you something. I have an issue, and I could be kind of funny when it comes to this. But somebody always gonna be talking about trust me. That's the very person I'm not gonna trust. Because my thing is, and I'm coming to you, my thing is this right here. I'm not going to trust you because you keep telling me to trust you. I'm watching your actions. What you do. And that's going to determine to me whether I trust you or not. It ain't got nothing to do with you saying it. Trust me, man. I'm going to do this way. No, bro. You know, we can't do business because you overuse that word, that one word, you overuse it. And what do you say to that? I have a problem with trusting somebody that's always telling me to trust them.
Can you hear me?
No, coming back to you, Christy. Anna, what's on your heart?
I totally agree with you, right? So me and you, we work very closely together. We even talk about plans that we have when it comes to DKM Media Group and Associates, right? Raheem has no problem with telling anybody, I can count on Anna. I don't ever have to tell Raheem, trust me. It's done. If I'm able to, I have a very far drive from the station. I will not say on air how far it is, but if I'm needed at the station, I will be there. So this whole trust me or whatever, no. Actions speak louder than words. And I'm going to tell you something. You know when you can trust somebody, when you call on them, I don't care if it's 12 o'clock at night, you know, and you tell them, look, listen, I need to ask you something, or this is really bothering me. I can't sleep, or I'm going through this. You know, those people that are there are the ones you least expect. And I'll tell you, you can probably count with one hand, where's the camera? One hand, if that, the people that are actually there for you. I'm one of those people that whatever I do, I give 200% loyalty unless you give me reason not to. Once I pull away, it's because you've given me every reason not to trust you.
Exactly.
You know, and that takes a lot. You know, and you guys, you know, anybody who knows me, Tawanda's on air, she knows me. Christy, you know me, and you've seen, you know, the way I roll, but especially Raheem, we work very closely together. You know, sometimes he'll advise me, and he tells me, Anna, you're too trusting, because I do. Do you? We just had this conversation yesterday. I trust people way too much because I want to see the best in people. But at the same time, once you've given me a reason not to trust you, I don't turn back.
Yeah.
Life goes on. I keep going forward because my goals in life are first putting God first and including Him in everything first, but leaving those legacies for the next generations to come. And if you're not in that line, then stay out my lane, because I'm gonna keep going.
Exactly.
So that's just how I feel about that.
Tawanda, what's on your heart? And then we're gonna go to another. We got another caller. We're gonna go to the other caller in just 1 second. Tawanda, what's on your heart right now? We're covering a lot this morning.
Yeah, you said how to fix the solution. We are fixing the solution. We're fixing the solution by doing just what we're doing in networking. And I wanted to, since I got a chance to do a couple of projects for Mr. Carr, I wanted him to talk about the experience of us networking together and us collabing and me doing some projects for him, because that's what it's really all about, like to make sure that that their vision is done to the best of my ability, how they want it done, and doing the project for him. Like 24 hours later, he was like, well, I want to change some stuff. And I'm like, okay. And the change was to be able to put my project, which is Bring Back the Kids, onto his project. So I wanted him to talk about that. And Raheem, yes. I know daggone well, you slipping today because I know that you heard him say that he's a vocalist. So I know you're not going to let him slide without singing something. But right now, I want him to talk about us teaming up in the project we just did.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this right here. We're gonna tie both of them together. Then we don't want you to talk about it, John. I want you to sing it. Sing what happened.
Okay. The song that I'm going to sing, I really know nothing about. You guys do it from your air, but I always tell people.
Oh, hold on, John. Are you about to call us old?
No. Well, I ain't gonna call you old. We need that wisdom from our ancient and old people.
Old, ancient, and old. God,
old don't mean worn down. Old don't mean worn down and can't do anything. You know what I mean? We need that guidance in our older generation. It's a disconnect between that. But
I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm 29. How about the rest of y'all?
I want you to sing the song, but I'm just trying to figure out why is it I feel like we all got a gut punch and we ain't see it coming. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'm 29.
I always tell people, if you don't see things in your personal life and your community, it's more than likely you're not changing from the inside. Change starts from the inside out. So this is by Sam Cooke. Change gonna come.
Come on.
I was born by the river in a little tent, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard to live it, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I'm going to end with that because the change starts with you.
There you
go. Goes right back to believing in you. So I network as I network. I'm just connecting with Tawanda Grace in all of the gifts, the potential and gifts that I'm learning that she has.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna end on that. I'm gonna end on this. That you cannot take back a community with just doing things. You need the media, which you guys are doing a great job with, providing the news, and you need a newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so one of the things that Tawanda is helping me with is expanding this newspaper that I have called The Informer.
Mm-hmm.
And the topic that I'm talking about is our community. And that's an ongoing topic I want to push. I don't want to say I've done a newspaper and switch the topic up, because again, it's about neutralizing and counteracting the programming. I want to keep the message in people's face, our community, and then create a forum where they can come out and talk about it. At the same time, creating employment. Everything I do is about creating employment.
Good deal. Good
We
deal.
have to do it.
Now, did you know? Did you know, John? Yo, go ahead, Anna.
John, that was beautiful. You have an absolutely beautiful voice. But I am still 29. I know somebody who wants to do a duet with you.
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't.
Well, it's okay, because
I'm not. The hype.
I'm 9 too.
Yeah. Oh, he said he's 9. Lord have mercy. This is for both of y'all. Don't believe the hype.
Actually, that was me singing. Y'all saw me singing. That was me.
Don't believe the hype. Look at, I'm just saying. Hey, Kurt. Kurt, they tell me you got some horns on you too, brother. You got some horns on you.
Not this morning, brother.
Oh, okay.
Not this morning.
Okay. I'm gonna bring.
I can sing.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We want you. You so good. You so good. We want you to sing solo. Want you to sing solo. Can't nobody sing with you. You sing solo. Solo. None of us can hear you. Girl, don't do it.
But hold on. Let me give me a throat.
Nah, no need. They not ready. They not ready. They not ready. They not ready. But Kurt, what do we need to do, man? Historically, man, how do we take back something? Speaking about our community, how do we take back something that wasn't given away? We never gave up our community, man. We had some bad ideas, some bad thoughts, and some bad things happen, but I don't think we ever gave away the community.
Well, that's the one thing that was never given.
Come on, Kurt. Come on.
Wow.
Come on, brother.
You asked me some real deep stuff this morning. I mean, I got so much stuff going through my mind that, when I was putting together the video, I was going through a series of images on Google, and it kind of transmogrified like my whole.
Hold on, Kurt. Now, hold on now. You can't be dropping them big old words. Transmortified. God almighty. Go ahead, brother. You get 10 points for that word. Go ahead.
Man, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Lean on me.
Transmortified. That's immaculate. That word is immaculate. Go ahead, brother.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm the HNIC.
Exactly.
Hey, brother. You gotta know who Joe Clark is. When I came to East Side High.
Transmortified.
East Side. By that side, we'll say. Let's keep learning, John.
I was born by the river.
All right. John, we need you back. I don't know what happened. We need you back, John.
Listen, that's that love. That's that common unity, love and unity.
There you go. Come on.
The brother just sang a song that said a change is gonna come, which is by far one of the most moving and spiritually felt songs ever recorded in the history of music. that change to come, there's a certain level of consistency that has to be there. And we don't like to talk about it because we don't, one, want to get folks scared. Two, you think about the sacrifice of self for sons or daughters, mamas, daddies, grandparents. But whenever you move to take something, there's going to be some physicalities to that. I remember Malcolm X saying this, and this is verbatim, there has never been a revolution that was not bloody. No revolution in the history of this world was honestly nonviolent. Even if the violence did not come from our end of that revolutionary cause or that push to change, eventually, because there's violent movement against you, you're going to be forced to retaliate or reciprocate, and I hate to use that word, violence with violence solely for the ideology of protection and survival. So, the change has to come through education, through pushback, through sacrifice, and last but not least, out of love. I remember my mom used to say, you're going to get this whooping in love. I love you, but I got to tear your hind parts up. So, the biggest thing for us right now is just consistency. Like,
That's good. That's good. Yeah, good. Let's stay right there for a second. Tawanda, what's on your heart?
I agree. The change has to start with us, and we have to set a high example. We can't complain about something that we don't do effectively. So it has to start with us, and once we have a big impact, then people will start to adapt. And if they don't, then those are not the demographic of people that you want to associate with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that part of the biggest problem that we have right now is this networking and teaming up and collabing together. Like I said, before I say anything, I'm gonna go out there and see if it already exists, and I'm gonna reach out to that person, and I'm gonna try to network with that person and see how we can collab. That's been the most effective for Black Friday. It's been the most effective for anything that I do. But part of the problem when you're picking people to network and you're picking people to team, you have to understand what their intentions are and what their message is. A lot of times you will find out that what they say and their actions are two totally different things. So once like for instance, like the Bring Back Our Children campaign, and it's not about me, and I think that it's not about me, and it's not about anybody else who works under me or helps me. It's about them. So I think a lot of times we still put our stuff in the equation, our feelings, and when you're on a mission that's higher than you, and you take yourself out of the equation, and then you become them. And that's what we don't do. We're still focused on what is in it for me, and it's not, the mission is not about you.
Exactly. Man, there's so much. There's so many layers tied into what we're talking about today, man. And we have to go a lot deeper because we don't want to just deal with the surface. We don't want to just deal with the surface because this is real. This is real. Anna, this is real. What's on your heart?
We had a little fun there with the singing. Man,
Mm-hmm.
none of y'all can sing. But all joking aside, I am one of these people that I do support all brown and black businesses. There might be a person I miss here and there, but you have a book, I'll purchase it. You have whatever going on, I'll purchase it, even if I think it's at an outrageous price that I think is too much money for any book to be paid for. However, I do it because I support my own. It's not so much about price of the book, and sometimes people do make things unaffordable, like for a plate of food, and I'm like, but at the same time, ask yourself, would you spend this or more somewhere else? If you go, am I allowed to say like certain restaurant names, or is that I
Yeah,
should
go
not
ahead.
do that on air?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll
So
give a
let's-
pass today because it's Black Friday.
Okay, so let's say we go to Macaroni Grill. We all are familiar with this restaurant, correct?
Mhm. Yes.
A family of 4 usually spends $100 like nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to your local black or brown owned business. Let's say I love soul food. Okay, this Puerto Rican lady loves soul food. So say I go out and we spend 80 something plus a tip. It's about 100. So what is the difference? Why can't we help each other as a community? What is the big issue? And I'm not saying don't help anybody. John had a great point. Not every business is going to succeed out there. However, why not give back to our community, who we are as people, rather than sitting here giving to these other big organizations that continue growing and probably don't pay their staff as much as they should, when we can be the best brown or black owned business within the town. For example, if you hear DKM Media Group and Associates, you're like, okay, I know they do TV, I know they do radio, and now I know that they're doing magazines and they do other things, promotions, whatever. So when you think of us, you think of something positive. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it, we're Christian. Of course, I'm always going to be biased because I'm a Christian. So things like that I support. And Raheem, I'll support like even the smallest things because it is of our own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand where John was coming from, but at the same time, I ask myself, are we not supposed to support each other? Because if you go to Walmart, I know every time I go to Walmart, and I hate going to Walmart, I just really despise Walmart, okay? It's $50 every time you go in. For me, every time, if I do have to go to Dollar Tree, it is a whole $20. I'm cheap. I don't like spending money on anything that's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people. I'm real tight with money, okay? So are we not supposed to do this? I mean, because we go out and we do it other places. You see what I'm saying? So that's something, I don't know if John's still on air, but I would like, for him to go deeper into that he said, because it's been on my mind since he said it, because whatever business it is that I do in the future, I want to be the best or close to the best at whatever it is that I do in the future.
I'm still on.
Oh,
We
hi,
can support-
John.
How are you? You're right. We can support in other ways because, for me, I'm thinking about the community and the health and fitness, that condition of the community. Do we need another rib joint? Do we need another rib? It's like, come on, something got to give. That's when we, as a community, should network and strategize. You understand? We should strategize because it's like, I feel like if more people, let's say we have 4 rib joints.
Mm-hmm.
Why not talk with each other and go under the same name and franchise? You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to trying to be unnecessary competition. Because that ego comes in, I can do this better than you. It's always somebody who think they can do it better, but they're not educated in that field and haven't put in the work. Businesses that just want to open up businesses because they have an idea, that has to be checked. That has to be checked. that really has to be checked. It's good to have that incentive, but it's like strategically. Let's be strategic, because they'll wind up wasting money. And open a business event because people know you, they're going to come to you. That's when the test is really going to come, because everybody could be, hey, you get the business, and now nobody shows up.
Absolutely. And John, that's one of my main things. And Rahina and I have had this talk in the past. Why not have a few people come in together? And I think the problem within our community, and again, I can speak for the Latino and Black community, as to me, we are one. To me, in my eyes, we are one. I think there's a trust issue. I think we don't trust each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad thing, but we've talked about this, and you know, it's an overpowering thing of, I know that what I'm doing is right. So how do we correct that? Because I think the listening audience needs to hear this, because I'm sorry, our gifts are extraordinary between the brown and the Black community. I mean, we are super talented, and I'm not just saying this, we can make something out of anything. You know what I'm saying? So what do we do to stop that? What do we do to say, okay, let's all go into a contract together. Let's all do this together, and nobody's on top of anybody. How do we fix that?
That's not going to work like that. I think the fact that we don't trust each other is great, because let me prove to you, everybody can't be the chief. Somebody has to be the brain, and somebody has to be the systems that make up the body. It's more than one system to make up the body, and the brain is not just one person. It can be a collective amount of people who are going to who are thinking outside the box and thinking strategically when it comes to the community. You understand what I'm saying? I think that's part of the problem. We always try to include everybody. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't need to sit at the table with us. Some people need to be picking up a broom, honestly. I mean, some people just need to be doing other things, still in the mix. But the problem comes in when we try to include everybody, and everybody has an idea. And it's like, nah. You'll be spending all day, all week sitting there listening to ideas, because people can be very opinionated. You know what I'm saying? It's like facts. We have to be like the judicial system. Hearsay cannot rule in anything that we govern. Facts. Present the facts. Present the facts. Because I can't come up to none of you guys as brown and Latino people and say, listen, I got this for you. I got $1 million for you. The first thing you're going to say is, where's that? Let me see it. That's that. Seeing is knowing. Yes, and when we get back to believing in ourselves and then seeking to know facts, don't let nobody tell you nothing without proving it.
That's good. Tawana,
it's embedded in it.
Exactly. Tawana, you still with us? I think we may have lost Tawana. Got to get her back on the line here. We'll get her back on.
Here.
Oh, Tawana, you there? Okay, good deal.
Yeah, I'm here.
Tawana, what's on your heart right now?
I absolutely agree. And it's just good to be surrounded by good energy. I know, Mr. Carr, it's a great process, because the energy that's in the room and in the meeting for the event. Listen, nobody wanted to go home. Like, none of the ladies, we wanted to leave each other. That's how much energy. And as we connected with other people, and I see what they're putting on Facebook, we had took some pictures of people, and I watched them say, like, every time I look at this picture, it gives me motivation. That's how much motivation was in the room. So when Anna was saying, how do we fix it? This is how we fixed it. We fix it by networking effectively within the community. We fix it by having different branches of network. We fix it by supporting our sisters and promoting them just as much as they promote us. It has to start within from our own self. We can't complain about other people like in the street don't support anything, because we don't support each other. So if we don't support each other and we don't lead by example, for some odd reason, the vast majority of people think that they need a leader. because this is what they've been embedded in their head. And really, you don't, because you are your own leader. But they want to see something led by example. That's the perfect way. I mean, just bouncing ideas off of people. We probably could have been there for forever. We probably could have still been there. And the event was last week. That's how much energy and that's how much ideas. And everybody's like, hey, everybody had something to add to the table. I also want to say is listen, you want to make some people mad. Us teaming up, we just made some people mad.
Exactly.
I mean, not little mad. I mean, really big mad because I think that specifically, I'm gonna say specifically for Caucasian people, they have a problem. I don't understand. They have a problem anytime that anytime that you label something like Black, you're very specific about who I want to reach. Have a problem with that. They feel like that's racist that you don't include their demographic of people. Like I said, like with the missing children, I cover them. That's not nothing's going to change. They're always going to be my primary target. Why? Because mainstream white media don't care about them enough to be consistent enough to follow up with the stories, to have actual Amber Alerts, to have updates, any of that. If we do get some information, it's limited information. How are we supposed to actively find these kids without any information? So that's specifically one of the reasons why. Because what would I look like taking care of another demographic of people and not take care of my own first? So you have to have a thick skin out here because people are you're going to be. I don't know how many times I've been called a racist this week and last week alone. It doesn't faze me. I love negative publicity because it makes my numbers go crazy. So you just have to stand in what you believe. So that's why I love Believe in You, because I think a lot of times, even though like we know that we can do something, we give up halfway through, and we're scared to. A lot of people don't want to go in business because they're scared of what's on the other side. They're scared of what they have to give up, and they're scared to just leap off the mountain and not know whether their parachute is going to work on the way down or not. And that's the thing. You have to believe that everything that you touch and everything that you endorse is going to work out for the greater good. And you have to build on that. I think people are not focused on building it. They just focus on the end result, and they don't understand the hard work, the sacrifice, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the late nights, the maybe not getting any sleep it takes to make everything a success.
Exactly. And that's where we have to be, man. We have to be willing and able to jump off that mountain, confident enough to jump off that mountain, even if you don't know whether that parachute gonna open. Because I've talked to some people in some pretty rough communities, and Tawanda, hope was all they had. Hope was all they had, and they wasn't real spiritual type people, but they had their hope, and they hoped that if they jump off that mountain, that parachute was gonna open. And you talk to some of them, and you ask them a question: what if it don't? And they say, well, what am I leaving behind? What am I leaving behind? And so that's it's something. We got a couple of calls. We got a call. I think we have Christy. Is that you on the line?
You nervely right here. Don't play.
What's going on?
She back already. Christy, hey girl.
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It's okay. We're coming to you right now. So we got another caller. We're coming to you next. But Christy, what's on your heart right now? Because like I said, a lot of time hope is all that a person has. And they're willing to jump off that mountain just because that's all they got. That's all the possibility they got of being successful. So what do you say to that?
So say it one more time. You said that they want to jump off a mountain. What?
Well, Tawanda was talking about jumping off the mountain even if the parachute don't open and taking the chance. Do you think that's important for us to be willing to take that chance even if the parachute jumping off the mountain don't open? Should we take that chance?
We take it every day just by living and being Black. Our sons take it every day when they get in their car. They don't know if they're going to come back. You jumping off the mountain, wanting to open and pray, you make this home alive. Just be able to be with your family because you don't know who's going to have something to say about what you're doing. So we jump anyway. Our life is risky. Our Black men are targeted. Our Black children are targeted. And it's no way, no matter how you look at it, you can't justify it's the truth. We have too many young people just in this year to die senselessly behind foolishness. We have men that are being incarcerated at a high number of ranks with a high number of years just because of color of their skin. We have people that get pulled over for a traffic stop and are beaten and paid and lose their life. So every day you walk out your door, it's the risk. So why not risk doing something positive for yourself? Risk not going into business for yourself. Risk being your own boss. Tell your own self what to do. Make your own money. Be your own entrepreneurship. Learn the marketing strategy. Learn how to advertise. If you take an economic class, it's going to teach you the different strategies of advertising and how to build your business. So at any day, you're going to make people mad regardless of what you do. I remember a story, and it's going to be real quick, I promise. It was a man and a woman and a dog. And I know y'all probably seen this on Facebook and you probably read it somewhere. So it was a man, woman, and a dog. They all walking together. Somebody said, y'all stupid for walking. Y'all need to get on a donkey. So then both of the people got on a donkey. Then somebody said, oh, y'all mistreating that donkey because y'all both own it. So then the man got on a donkey and started riding. Then somebody said, oh, look at him. He riding on a donkey and his wife walking. So then they switched. The woman got on the donkey. Then they said, oh, look how they mistreat the donkey. She on top of the donkey and he this and he that. So then they both got off the donkey and they carried the donkey. Then they looked at them like, oh, they dumb. Why they carry the donkey and not riding it? So no matter what you do, no matter what scenario you do, you're gonna have somebody say something about what you got going on. I'm quite sure DKM Media Group have a lot of people that say positive things, that's excited, that's want to give outside DKM Radio. You have people that want to call in and support. You have all of that, but you also have those haters that hate to see the prosperity that you are being heard in different countries. But you can't focus on the negative. You have to concentrate on the positive. And that's what your business model, that's what your business plan, and that's what everything that you do. You have to concentrate on the people that's going to support you, the people that's influencing you, that's going to put life into you and not death. So that's my jump off the mountain.
There you go.
It's all, you jump it anyway.
Anna, what do you say to that? Anna?
I'm a little confused at which button to push. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm like, which one? So what do I say to what Christy said?
Yes.
Or was there an original question?
Well, jumping off the mountain, and we jump as Black and brown people, we jump off that mountain every day. That's just life, jumping off the mountain, because when we leave home, we don't know whether we're gonna get stopped by the police, get shot, get killed, or whatever. So we jump off that mountain every day. What do you say to that? John, coming to you next.
I absolutely agree. Remember that you had asked me why didn't I live closer to where the station is at? And I told you this simple answer. I wanted my children to be raised where their own were at. Why? Because I didn't want them experiencing the racism that you do in other counties around the ATL area. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. It is a danger and a huge step. This is exactly why I support people of color. And this is exactly why I try to go ahead and, okay, how can I help? What can I do to help? What is it that you need from us, DKM Media Group? What is it that you need from the Morning Glow family, Monday through Friday? What is it that we can do to help? At least we all together as Christians, what is it that we can do to help? But a lot of times you don't get that. Even when you do step out, somebody might see something and turn their face as if they didn't see anything. So, it's just a situation where we got to get up every morning and just do the right thing and just be prepared for what can happen, but stay prayed up.
Good deal. John, what's on your heart, brother?
You don't need a revolution when there's a revelation. So everything that's happening is scripture. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, our black males, we are being targeted, but if you go back to Genesis, and I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, but I have to
preach, brother.
Facts.
Preach, brother.
I have to speak facts because
We like that here.
look at what brown and black people being targeted. It goes back to Genesis, and I'm gonna put enmity between the devil's seed and God's seed and the woman's seed. You understand what I'm saying? Tell me that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? We have to identify with things daily, and the devil is walking amongst us. You understand what I'm saying? And when you elude that, you stay in the realm of illusion. You know what I mean? Come on. Evil is evil, and everybody ain't here to love. We got to stop trying to make everybody love. When we can identify what we're dealing with, that's half of the battle. Knowing is half of the battle. G.I. Joe said that at the end of every cartoon. It's truth and facts in that. You know what I'm saying? So looking at all this, I think it's great. It's great. It's another eye opener. However you see the divine is waking us up.
Exactly.
It's waking us up. Like Anna said, there's nothing that us as black and brown people, we can take nothing and make something. That's the God principle in us. So we have to go within and be strategic on the outside, you know, and when it comes to implementing those things. I think that we can have more than hope because I know who we come from. You understand what I'm saying? We don't just have to settle for hope, but however a person got to hold on to that rope to get up,
come on.
So be it.
Yes, sir.
So be it. We got to be there and meet them. One of the things I tell everybody, I'm not content with just being one. I want to be one and become a complete circle because zero come before one. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to not settle at just being one, become a complete circle. Be one and then become a complete circle that nobody can separate, that can't keep that chain locked. So I think I know that this is a great day and time, despite the loss of lives that, you know, we are seeing. You know, the only way to get anybody off your back is to stand up.
Exactly. Come on, brother. Come on. Tawanda, what's on your heart? Tawanda?
I had to unmute, sorry. I had to unmute. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think that the only difference between a dream and your reality is how much you want it. How bad do you want whatever you're aiming to get? You have to want it bad enough. You know, I think people look at it totally different. They look at failure. I don't look at failure probably the same way as someone else. The only time I can fail is if I don't try to do it. That's the only way I can fail. Because are you going to make mistakes? Yes, but those are the best. Those have been the best life lessons that I've learned over the last 2 years. Like I said, Black Friday wouldn't even never existed. It was a thought process that just happened on air. It was something that came to me at that moment, and you know, I think that we need to start speaking out loud our goals because that's how they materialize. That, and you know, we say this every week, but Black Friday was just an idea when we did the show on Black economics, and we was talking about how long the Black dollar stayed within the Black community, and it was sad. It's sad. It was so sad that we're the only demographic of people that dollar don't even stay in the Black community for 24 hours.
Exactly.
And then we came up with a solution for that. Okay, why not? What's the problem with the lack of Black businesses? Is being able to promote themselves. Now more than ever, because you got people that's out of work. I tell people, like, listen, we are the most resilient race of people there is. Like, we will survive because we know how to adapt to the struggle. We've been doing it our whole lives. Now other races, they might not be able to because they don't know what this struggle feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they've never had the experience or endure any of this. We will adapt. We just have to find other strategic ways of surviving, and one of them is like what we do. Like no one else. Well, people are trying to copycat what we're doing, but you know, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, yeah.
But nobody else was doing before we really started. Nobody else was allowing businesses to call in and get airtime, take up as much time as you want. Listen, I would be calling every week.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else was doing that. I see people charging $500 to $1,000 for some airtime. I see that, but that wasn't productive to me. One of the messages when I started out was take care of your people, and that's been my mission. Everything that I've learned from doctors to attorneys, the one thing that from one of my mentors who happens to be a doctor, he said, listen, I can teach you everything, but the one thing that I need from you is whenever you elevate to a platform that's high enough, the only thing I ask you is to come back for your people. That's the only thing that I've done. That's the only thing that's resonated with everything that I do. Come back for your people first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we change, because you have to realize the change has to start with you. You have to be receptive of the change. And like I said, I love everything about Friday. Friday gives me the most energy because I know it could be the difference in a business. I mean, look how many countries it broadcasts in 58 countries.
Absolutely.
It might not be as beneficial to if you have a brick and mortar, but anybody that has any online, anyone that has any digital products, anyone that has any e-commerce, anyone that can ship products or make products or sell insurance or sell anything, they should be calling in.
Yeah.
They should be. Why wouldn't you want 58 countries to hear about your product or service?
Exactly. And so, and you said something in the course of what you were saying about these copycatters. Yeah, we got some people when we started this thing, when we first started to want, we were hearing a few little crickets and stuff like that. We didn't have a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But then we stayed consistent with it. We had a conversation. Man, be like, oh man, Tawanda, you sure? and we stayed at it. And it started picking up, started getting momentum. And then we started seeing other people at other stations, quote unquote, we ain't gonna call their name, copycatters, want to do the same thing.
Let them live.
Yeah, man, I'm like, okay. We on to something now. Now we got copycatters. People try to come in and copycat on what we're doing. Okay, let them do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just what it is. That's the nature of the beast, though. John, what do you say to that, man? Go ahead, Tawanda.
And that's the key, talking about that, because a lot of people, they only talk about like once you have success and stuff, they only talk about the good. They don't talk about the ugly. Like I said, like I know we contemplated plenty of times. You came to me, I came to you. Like, listen, I know I said that I would be here as long as it was beneficial. This ain't looking too beneficial right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we was like, okay, and we did like week by week. The next week we was like, all right, let's try again for another week. Okay, let's do this. And then little by little it started picking up traction and people started using it. But I think that the biggest thing was a lot of times we didn't have no people calling in endorsing. And we found a way around that. The way around it, which I love even more, is being able to teach people.
Yeah.
Being able to have people that come on that waive any fees, that just come on, that just love us, from Miss Sheila, one of my favorite attorneys.
Exactly.
To Charles. His name is Charles, right? Yeah, Charles. Who's closing $2 billion deals that just want to come back to the Black community and teach them how to do real estate. That's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times within our community, once we make it to a high enough platform, we don't want to give up the secret sauce. That's where we struggle. And I say that because sitting at other people's table that don't look like us, they have no problem with saying, okay, this is how it's done. This is how it needs to be done. This is how you should do it. If this don't work, then come back to me and I give you another approach. That's how they do it, and that's how it works effectively. We get something and then, listen, I had to do all this and spend all this money to get this. I'm not passing it along, and that's why we are struggling right now.
Yeah, and John, a lot of times in other communities, what happened is they refer different businesses. Somebody come to one person, say, somebody go to a Jewish guy and do business with him, and then and in the course of the conversation, they say, well, I need somebody to come over here and do this right here. He's going to refer somebody from his community to come over there and get that business. Then they say, well, I need this, and blah, blah, blah. That person is going to refer somebody that looks like them to come in and do their business. Why don't we, John, why don't we do that?
I got to go back to devalue. It goes right back to that lack of self-love and self-respect. I mean, again, I want to reiterate the flow. We also have to take in consideration that the Black and the brown communities are targeted. We can't not negate that. You know what I'm saying? Sound can heal you or sound can kill you. And I say, as a vocal instructor, music is energy, vibration, sound, tone. It's a constant effort to solve negative frequencies to keep us, the brain, from thinking. You understand what I'm saying? But once music is the key to transformation. Once we change the music we listen to, the sounds and the tones, everything is over. But it's constantly keep you in the rat race to chase that dollar, chase that dollar. We should never be focused on money, because if money is currency and currency is energy, and we are electromagnetic individuals, that's residual. So I want to encourage y'all, don't stop this, whether people call it or not. Y'all keep that band of energy, that currency right amongst yourself, and I guarantee you, like everything in nature, it's going to resonate.
Yes, sir.
It's going to resonate, and it's a beautiful song. People will feel you through the airwaves. Wow. As long as you guys continue to let that energy go amongst yourselves, watch how that energy just come in. Watch how it come in. It's just gonna come in. It's gonna come in, and it's coming at the speed of sound.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Tawanda, what's on your heart?
So I absolutely, like, so these are the people that I surround. I have some dope people that I'm surrounded with. So these are people like John Carter gives me positive energy, because I say I give a lot of energy to people. So it's amazing to have people to go to for a refill of energy, because not everybody can give you energy. So it's amazing teaming up. Like I said, you know, we've been networking. So it's amazing, the network of people that is just brilliant. And like I said, he has some other stuff that he didn't go into, that he's doing within like the network is something that, you know, Raheem, me and you had talked about setting up, and he already has it. It's already functioning. And so, like I said before, I create something, I see if it already exists, and how we can use that, and you know, so it's going to be great to expand, because there's so much more that that we can do, that we haven't done. And you know, I'm always about elevating to the next level, like what more can we do? So it's been an amazing journey. I know it's going to continue to be an amazing journey, because like I said, we all bring something different to the people.
And see, the thing about it, and John was saying about, you know, continue to do it. Man, we're gonna do this Black Friday thing till the wheels fall off, and the motor and the motor's on the side of the road over there, and still gonna have somebody trying to work on the motor to get it. We're gonna have somebody, we're gonna call people and work on that motor, see if we can get that motor back in this vehicle, because we got some more traveling to do. Because I think it's a great outlet for people, man. I think it's a great opportunity for them to call in and get what they want for free, free and a half. It only costs them free and a half. That's all it costs. And so
Yeah.
they call in and they talk about their business. And like you said, tomorrow we have people, man. Charles, $1 billion deals, man, $1 billion, and he came on and he gave that expertise and he gave it to everybody for free. Didn't cost them anything. All you have to do is listen. Call in Sheila Huggins. She'll call in attorney, business attorney. She'll call in, man, and dropping jewels, stuff that normal people are charge you hundreds and thousands of dollars to obtain. She giving it to you for free right here on Black Friday. Man, man, we have I can't name everything. We have so much to come across, man, and it's working, and I think it's really helping the people. So Tawanda, man, this hey, thank you too. Definitely thank you for what we do.
No problem. No problem.
Absolutely.
I mean, like I said, the change starts with our own stuff. And so, any little small part that we can do. Now, I'm not saying that this is a small part. It's just like wherever your platform is, and we just so luckily have a high enough platform to reach the vast majority of people, and we just happen to be in a lot of the major Black networking groups. But it takes all this unity, specifically now, because right now, like where we are in society, like we're not getting any bailout loans, we're not getting any funding. So it's a good start. Hopefully, if in a negative situation like we are in this pandemic, we need to love on each other. We need to have unity, and hopefully that all this negative, it turns into a positive because we learn to really support each other, because it's not a shortage of money. People are still making money and people still need products. Now is the best time to endorse and promote your product, specifically if it's highly critical now behind people not being able to go certain places. This is the time. It's the time to call in. It's the time to promote yourself. It's the time for people to know who you are, because people need your product and service. They just don't know who you are.
Exactly. Identify yourself. Show yourself. John, what do you say to that, man? They don't know. And that's like I said about my mom's business, man. If people don't know you're there, you have the best product in the world. If they don't know you're there, man, you're defeating yourself. What do you say to that, John?
I say you're right and exact. I mean, I'm gonna go with Brother Kurt said. Consistency. We got to show consistency. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I can't say enough strategies in my hometown. One of the things that I implement is, if you have a home base, you just can't expect the people to come to you. If you do, you're going to be disappointed, because as a child, anybody that I watched expecting somebody to do something was disappointed. So I grew up. Expectation leads to nothing but disappointment. But if you have a home base, you got to go to the people and educate. Everybody's not going to come to your store if it's in town when it's a corner store right there. They may want to come, but convenience. I'm gonna go right here. So we got to continue to strategize and implement those strategies. And sometimes you're gonna be by yourself. But if you keep that consistency going as energy, somebody gonna tag along. You're gonna always push out with the negative and bring the positive. But I'm adamant about using negative energy too. You understand?
John, let me ask you this question. What is somebody take the time, and this is something that I'm big on, man. If somebody take the time to drive to your business, if and they drive past other companies where they could have stopped, how important is it to show your appreciation that they came to your place, even if they just had to drive around the corner or had to drive miles and miles to get there? How important is it that you show your appreciation that they took the time to come to you?
It's so important. I mean, it goes right back to that value. It's so important. You can't do nothing without the people.
Yeah.
You can have ideas all you want. I think that's the first thing. Value the people. You understand? Business owners sometimes have it wrong where they should be valued. No, you're the gift. You're the gift that's providing a product and a service, but you got to value the people. You got to value. I mean, that's how the strategy is right there.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's very important.
Exactly.
It's everything.
And Tawana, I know how you feel about customer service, and if you don't get the right customer service, you won't go there, or maybe even get up and leave. So how important is it, Tawana, that people show appreciation, or the owner show appreciation when somebody comes to their business?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's highly critical, and I say it's another area that we need to improve in, because I see a lot, like when I see a lot on of people comments, it's bad customer service within our community. So and it's really simple. I mean, you treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah, you know, you have some people that may get on your nerves. Heck, I might get on people's nerves, just you know, with some different ideas. But you know, I think that I hold myself high standard for customer service, because it's not about me. It's what the customer wants. Like, and John can tell you, I just gave him his product yesterday, you know, and he was like, you know, do you mind making this edit and this edit? And I don't mind at all, because I don't want you to like it. I need you to love it at the end of the day. Like, I love it. And the time that I put into it, and the energy that I put into it, I need you, is yours. This is your baby. I need you to absolutely love it. So it's highly, customer service and all this, it's so highly critical, because I don't want one customer. I want you to come back to me for everything that you need, that you know that I can do. And this is why people don't have return customers, because you don't take care of the people. You have to take care of the people first.
Exactly.
Without the people, like, you're nothing. So, you know,
let me say this one. I've gone into, and I hate to call the names out like this, but you know, I'm just telling the truth. Ain't number one truth. I like to tell it. I've gone into some McDonald's where, and I hadn't been to McDonald's, and I don't know when the last time I've been to a McDonald's, but I've been to some McDonald's, and I've experienced the people behind the counter. They're supposed to be taking your order. Yeah. What you want? And they treat you like that. But then again, on the other side of the coin, I've gone to some Chick-fil-A's, and man, they blow you out the water with their customer service. Yeah, sure, I get that for you. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, absolutely. And I'm like, man, look at what is the difference in those two? If you want to talk to me about the difference, the experience.
I mean, it's just, people don't understand how having a positive attitude and having a positive mind that can impact not only you and your general health, but everybody around you. And you don't even have to have the best. You don't have to have the best product. You don't have to be better than your competitor, or you don't even have to be cheaper than your competitor. It just depends on how you talk to people and how you make people feel. People want to feel comfortable. They want to feel like they've had a great experience, and you've taken everything into consideration, and they have nothing to worry about. You relieve a problem that they had, and some tension and some stress, and you do it in a nice manner. Who wants to go to someone that has an attitude or has a problem or always complaining about something? Like, nobody wants that energy. So it's important. I mean, one of the reasons why Chick-fil-A is so popular right now is their customer service.
Exactly.
I mean, they got some good food. They got good food, but what do you hear people talking about? Oh, they were so nice. They were so nice. Everybody in there, and it's built around the customer. It's built around satisfying the customer through customer service. Like, I took my son. He lost his cell phone. We think that he threw it in the trash, and I'm asking the people, did they see it? These people, who say what these people did? These people went from behind the counter, put some gloves on, and went through the trash to find the phone.
Wow.
No, you're not gonna get that nowhere else.
No.
Now you go ahead to McDonald's and ask.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
You go ahead there if you want to.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna tell you, okay? And you ain't gonna like it. So it's just about customer service.
And
so
Tawana, they might.
McDonald's is,
Tawana, they might come out there and take the bag out, take the bag liner out and give it to you. Give you the whole.
They might.
Yeah. Here you go. Go find it. Go around the back of the building and find it. Oh, go ahead, Tawana. I'm just being silly. Go ahead.
And you know, McDonald's can thrive even with their negative customer service. And I don't mean no shade, McDonald's. I don't want McDonald's coming after me for talking about them. But I don't want no smoke, McDonald's. But the reason why like companies like that can have a bad reputation in customer service or ice cream machine never working, however you want to look at it, okay?
Exactly.
But the reason is because they already established a brand. Like you are a brand, and until you establish who you are as a brand, you need to make sure that you have average to above customer service.
Exactly.
Otherwise, nobody wants, or otherwise nobody's gonna want to shop there. I tell people all the time, reviews are everything. Because before people shop, they look at some reviews and they want to know, has anyone else, what was their experience before they spend their money with you?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. John, we're ready to get out of here, man. It's 9 o'clock at the top of the hour, but I want to know about your experience. Had you gone into a Chick-fil-A and gone into a McDonald's that was kind of like what was the experience like, John?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Wherever I go, I'm setting the tone.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that people have bad days. I love to take negative energy and convert it to positivity. That's me as a child. That's me as an adult. So I look forward to going in, making things right. You know, one of my nicknames is Fat Albert. I love problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
yes,
you know, I wake up to that. You know, I wake up to that. You know, just put that love, respect, and care on the planet. That's my focus. That's my mission. That's the campaign. That's believing in you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on at 3 o'clock today. If y'all get an opportunity, definitely go to www.media group and associates and listen to this broadcast. It'll be rebroadcast today at 3 o'clock. Now I'm gonna put John on the spot. John didn't know I was gonna do this to him, but I'm gonna put him on the spot. John, can I put you on the spot, brother?
Yes, you can. I stay ready.
Okay, pray us out.
All right. Heavenly Father, we do come before you with thanksgiving. Thanksgiving abundantly for all that you have provided for us. So we just act on the gifts that you put in us and just stay thankful. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Good job, brother.
Amen.
Now we're about to get out. It is now 9:01. You're about to exit down the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do.
Before you go, like, listen, that last one ain't gonna work. You know, got this Rona out here. You can't be going around hugging people. You might need to edit that for a little bit.
Give them a across the room hug. Just look at them and say, like that, and they'll feel it. Just reach, like, give them an air hug. Give them an air hug, bro.
Exactly.
Sister, give them an air hug across the room. We ain't 6 feet. Go, as a matter of fact, go 7 feet. You know, just in case, and give them an air hug.
Exactly.
Give them an air hug. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light in you from the Morning Glow. Take this light out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. We're about to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Monday. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, right here on DKM Media Group and Associates. Love you, and take your time and love someone else. Have a great day.